Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign is a real-time strategy game developed by Black Sea Games, available exclusively on PC. This medieval strategy has you guiding your kingdom to dominate Europe, whether by force, through resource production, or friendship. And thank you THQ Nordic for the review code. The four main aspects to this game are your royal court, your kingdom's provinces, the relationships you hold with other kingdoms, and how you can win the game. Your royal court consists of the king and up to 8 other members. You can choose to hire diplomats, clerics, merchants, spies, and marshals, who all serve different purposes. Marshals can gather armies and fight enemies, merchants can trade with other kingdoms, diplomats can improve relations, clerics can spread faith, and spies can gather intelligence. The king can fall under any of these categories and perform tasks as the other members would, the only difference being your king ages and dies.
The queen has given birth to a healthy...
Ideally, you'll have married off your king so that he produces heirs who can take up the throne upon his death. But only males, of course. This is 1200 AD. As heirs are produced, they can be married off to other kingdoms to improve relations and can even be used strategically to inherit land from other kingdoms. Your kingdom will be made up of any number of provinces, and here you can build a number of things. Farms can bring in food, markets can increase your income, housing will increase your number of citizens, and so on. A properly running kingdom needs enough food for the people, a sense of security, reasonable income, and consistent faith across the land, among other things. Not providing these things can make your citizens unhappy, leading to the formation of rebellions that will attack your land. Relationships you hold with other kingdoms are just as important as all of this. Sour relationships will often lead to kings declaring war on your kingdom, which can often spiral into several pacts being made against you with armies coming at you from all sides. So not ideal unless you're properly equipped. Positive relationships, on the other hand, can be extremely handy. Not only do they prevent people from declaring war against you, but they can aid you in battles, agree to marriage proposals, set up trade agreements, and a whole bunch of other benefits. There are 3 main ways to win a game. You can overtake everyone through force, grow your kingdom by producing every type of resource, and lastly, become a great power and gain enough fame that the other 7 great kingdoms vote to have you be king of the world. Obviously, that's a very high-level explanation of the game. There is so much more to it. So much that it actually took me 8 hours to learn how to play this game, and I am not exaggerating. I didn't find the in-game tips to be very useful. If anything, they actually left me with more questions than I had before. I think that Knights of Honor 2 would really benefit from having some sort of tutorial map that actually takes you through a small predetermined game, showing you step by step what to do and what impacts everything has. After playing for 3 hours or so trying to figure it out as I went, I gave up and decided to watch a tutorial on YouTube. This tutorial was amazing, so I will link that video below if you need it. From that point on, I was properly addicted. It's incredibly satisfying to build up your kingdom once you figure out how everything works, and 12 short hours later, I had won my first game. I'd also like to note that this game has some really funny moments which I was not expecting. Maybe not intentionally funny, but I found it hilarious when I tried to become king of the world and like 5 kingdoms declared war on me. Or when I had to marry off my young daughters to some old men to gain favor, which is seriously messed up, but kind of funny as well. While I ended up having a blast when I actually figured out how to play, once I completed my first game, I pretty much lost all interest. For anyone who's generally really into these types of strategy games, I can't really say whether you might feel the same way. For me personally, I just think I need some more time in between games to renew my interest. The amount of detail in the maps is what initially took my interest, where you can go from having a large bird's eye view of the map to zooming in to see little details in your provinces. You can also see people traveling throughout the world, making it feel kind of alive and organic, but the details kind of stop there. As you build your provinces up with all these new buildings, I was surprised to find that the provinces didn't expand as well. Your kingdom will look the same from being completely empty 1 hour in to being at maximum building capacity 20 hours later. As this is a newly released game, I was pleased to know that there was no lag and no glitches. I have a Lenovo Legion 5 Pro laptop and the game ran beautifully. Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign, while requiring the most time to learn how to play more than any other game I have ever tried, once I got there, I was having a great time. So for a good 17 or so hours, I was really obsessed, but that obsession did die pretty quickly as soon as I finished my first game. I might not be the best person to advise if this is a great strategy game compared to others, as I don't really have that experience, and I've never been a huge fan of repeating things in video games, which from what I understand is what these kind of strategy games are all about. I think this game could benefit from having some different game modes, instead of just the one where you choose how you'd like to win it. That way you can at least get a few games out of it before it starts getting repetitive. Overall, I liked the game and I intend to play more once I've had a long enough break to renew my interest. I will note though, it does seem quite expensive and I don't think I'd personally be willing to pay that amount for a strategy game that only lasted me about 20 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like or comment if this review has helped you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!